Do you know how people become rich and what are the habits of rich people? Find out the answer in this video of Rich versus Poor, mindset habits you should develop now. You are watching this video because you are interested in the differences between the way poor and rich people think and act so you can apply them in your own life, right? Well, one thing's for sure, it starts with the right mindset. If you're serious about success, then you need to change how you think. As you study the lives of rich people, you'll notice one consistent theme: a growth mindset. Having a rich mindset is ultimately about growth and preserving until you reach your desired outcomes. Ready to learn what sets the two apart? Let's dive in. The difference between rich and poor people. If you spend any time on social media such as Instagram and YouTube, you've no doubt seen people posting content about their incredible lavish lifestyles. For some, the images are real, but for others, behind the scenes is a lot of debt, poor credit, and zero savings. In the extremely popular and captivating book, The Millionaire Next Door, the author has studied millionaires overall several decades. Do you know what he found? Most millionaires aren't living out in Hollywood. Most millionaires are right in front of you, living in your neighborhood, driving the second-hand Toyota and sporting the iPhone from 5 years ago. They're business owners who've built their empires from the ground up. Women and men who've maintained their old lifestyles while building real assets. So as you scroll in awe, realize that truly rich people often won't flaunt. And it's partly why they continue to increase in wealth. They're not buying the latest gadgets, instead they're building assets. And there's many more of them out there than you can imagine. This is a key differentiator between rich versus poor people. What is a poor person mentality? On the other hand of the spectrum, you have a significant number of people stuck in a poverty mindset. This generally convinces people that their circumstances are fixed and that living paycheck to paycheck is the best they can do. Poverty is complex. Our environment, exposure, and life experiences can keep us trapped in its cycle. However, by deciding to adjust your mindset, you can carve your way out. Someone with a poor person's mindset believes that life has thrown them never been seen before challenges that are impossible to overcome. What this person fails to realize is that everyone goes through rough patches. Oprah Winfrey didn't rise to where she was without facing major personal and professional challenges, and neither did the likes of the late and great Kobe Bryant. Instead, they had a wealth mentality. And below, we'll walk through certain habits that rich people have that sets them apart from the rest. 10 rich people habits. Now that you know the differences between poor versus rich mindsets, let's get into the specific rich mindset habits. Number 1. Rich people always have a vision. Before you hit the ground running, ask yourself this: what is your vision? Do you have hopes and dreams you're constantly thinking of achieving? Is your vision big beyond what you think you are capable of today? Will what you see for yourself change your life, the life of your family, or your community in the future? If all you see is where you are today, challenge yourself to build a vision. Once you do, realize it's not one and done affair. Instead, it's an everyday process where your mind dreams further of what's possible. Number 2. Rich people have productive routines. Netflix, YouTube, TikTok, and more have been dominating the entertainment scene of late. Millions of hours are viewed every day. While it's great for them, it does little for you. And rich people know this. Most rich people don't spend their time consuming mindless content for hours every day. Not at all. Instead, rich people are intentional. They have routines, and they understand that you don't have to wake up as a diligent individual out of nowhere. When we talk about routines, we don't just mean waking up at 5 a.m. every day. That's only a tiny part of it. Instead, we're referring to the overall environment rich people put themselves in. Rich people are intentional about the friends they keep. They pay attention to what they feed their minds, and rich people put themselves in environments where success is most likely. Routines consist of all these components: time, environment, and habits. For example, when you need to get some work done, do you work from your bed? You probably end up getting much less done. Having a designated workspace will get you much further ahead. These habits sound simple, but they're not easy. Rich people know this and are intentional about having a consistent routine. Number 3. Rich people are results driven. Wait, didn't we say that rich people are all about the routines? Yes, they are. But more important than that, rich people focus on outcomes. Rich people aren't building routines for bragging rights. No one is waking up at 5 a.m. so they can post about it on Instagram. No. Rich people are focused on the results and will commit to doing what it takes to achieve them. Routines alone will improve your quality of life, but they won't do anything for your bank account. Routines coupled with focused action will yield results. So what's the best way to achieve results? Start with the end in mind. When you have a clear idea of what the end goal is, it will be so much easier to work back and figure out what it takes to get there. Number 4. Rich people admit when they don't know. Have you ever listened to someone who clearly doesn't know what they're talking about, but they keep going on and on about it? It's ridiculous. What's better is to admit that you don't know and ask meaningful questions. Rich people know this and are on a constant search for knowledge. If you're learning from a mentor, ask smart questions. Learn about the challenges they are facing. Understand what they're trying to achieve, how they are planning to achieve their goals, and what they've learned from past experiences. Listening always pays off, and rich people know this. They gather intel on best practices, new opportunities, and potential challenges and solutions. Number 5. Rich people don't work for money. You heard that right. Rich people work to learn. Poor people work for their next paycheck. You see it all around you. Poor people end up working from paycheck to paycheck, barely making ends meet. Rich people, in the meantime, grow their skills and abilities and continually rise up to the ranks. Once you make money, the end goal, you'll be stuck working for it, without growing in your talents and abilities to earn more income. If you want to learn, you'll be all well on your way to success. Number 6. Rich people have mentors. Life is all about relationships. You've heard the saying before, your network is your net worth. It's true. Now that doesn't mean you should go there and dump your friends. Instead, it means you should broaden your circle. You see, rich people connect with other people. They identify stars in their field, study them, and through a leap of faith make that connection. It all goes back to your vision. Who inspires you? What do you admire about them? What do you hope to learn from them? To connect with anyone you like in the world, you have to serve them first. Understand their world and figure out how they can add value to them. Number 7. Rich people believe in abundance. There's often one core belief that holds poor people back. It's a belief that resources are limited. It's a belief that if my neighbor succeeds, then there is less room for me to succeed. It can often lead to resentment and an assumption that rich people only look out for their own interests. To a person with a poor mindset, resources are always scarce. Rich people, on the other hand, believe in abundance. You've succeeded? Great. Who else can do? Rich people know there's plenty to go around. They do not engage in a us versus them mentality. Number 8. Rich people learn how to manage their finances. No one is born knowing how to manage their money. Sure, some people are born into families where financial management is modeled well for them, but for the majority of us, that's not the case. Rich people know this and are proactive in managing their finances. A rich person has a budget. A wealthy person has learned how to invest in the stock market. A successful person made it a priority to get out of debt. Beyond that, rich people understand how to use potentially harmful tools to their advantage. Instead of racking up thousands of dollars in consumer debt, rich people will leverage it to start a business if they need to. Number 9. Rich people are not afraid to fail. If there's anything you take away from today, let it be this: rich people are not afraid to fail. They're not afraid of trying something new. They see a problem and they're quick to find solutions of it. They are not afraid of failure because as long as there are lessons to learn, they have not failed. You've certainly achieved wins in the past, but before those wins, you've probably also had things not go according to plan. Look back at each of them and you'll notice the lessons you learned in order for you to get to the point of success. This is it for today. I'll leave you with these questions. What is your vision? Where are you going? Who do you want to be? Today is a great time to start developing your rich mindset and working towards your goals. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.